Hey, it's Jonathan, and I wanted to share with you one of the incredible case studies from Trailblazer. But before I get into that, I would like to just tell you a little bit about my story and who I am, because you're probably wondering what this is all about. So really kind of one of the defining moments for me was when I gave my 2-week notice to my job, and I was really nervous, and I came back to my desk a couple days later to find this clock sitting on my desk with a note beside it. And I was really kind of confused by that at first, but I found that the note was from my coworker. And what it said was, during the Industrial Revolution, when an employee retired, they were given a watch to signify that they had been given back their time. And he gave me that clock to signify that I had been given back my time. And it was really just this defining moment for me in my life. And I knew that from there on out, I was the one that was in control of my own destiny. And what I want to share with you now is one of the case studies and one of the success stories from Trailblazer of someone that reclaimed their own time, reclaimed their own freedom, and followed the formula that we lay out and achieved massive results. Hey, so I'm here with Eric, and we're sitting on a bench, and I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Eric's story and introduce you to the results that he got with Trailblazer. So, hey Eric, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah, so the interesting thing about Eric is that he started from a place of kind of confusion and kind of like not sure where he was going to head, and he got incredible clarity, and he had some really impressive results. So Eric, can you just share, how did you find out about Trailblazer?
I've been following you for a little while on Twitter, I think. I found out, through the way that those things work, on connection to connection.
Yeah, from Twitter. What was it about Trailblazer? Like, because I know you went through a lot of other courses and through a lot of different programs and information. Was there something about Trailblazer that seemed like different, or why you're, attracted to it?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall it was this is going to sound funny, but it was like the clarity that you had about helping people find clarity, and that's really what I was missing. Was like I didn't have a lot of clarity about exactly what I needed to offer. So I'd been blogging for 4 years or something like that, and started building a list, and had some free information that I put out there, and and I had built a pretty good list. I think my list around the time I started Trailblazer was somewhere, I mean, for my market, it was pretty good sized. I think I had like 700 people, which doesn't sound very big by most standards, but for me that was big. That's awesome. And yeah, again, I was just really struggling to find clarity about what to do, because I knew I had this list and I should do something with it.
I know you were blogging for like a few years, and up until that point you hadn't made it, like actually released a product or made any money yet, right?
Nope, I had not. Yeah.
Okay, and then, so what process did you go through to get clear on your offer and to create the product?
Well, I mean, as soon as I started, it was really actually the very beginning of Trailblazer that, like, it kind of coalesced everything that I'd learned up until then, and really just set me off. So it was kind of funny, because I didn't walk it step by step like some people do. I was just all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's it. So pretty immediately, I just started walking through the steps, and getting clarity on the offer was the hardest part. But once I got that, then I just followed through the steps. And
I think there's something like really interesting about like specifically your situation and the way you approach things. And just talk a little bit about your market. Like what field are you in, or like how do you help people?
Just very briefly, I mean, I'm in the kind of business of teaching Chinese medical providers medicine. Right. Basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
In terms of like the online space, like hardly anyone is doing what you're doing, so I think that's why like it's just so cool. Like you can just implement and get results.
Yeah.
One of the really interesting things though is Eric has kind of a unique story in terms of him doing something that was really counterintuitive that most people don't often do, and because of that, and because he had kind of like the intuition and the chutzpah to do something differently, he got some pretty incredible results. So Eric, could you share?
Well, I mean, I think I just want to make clear to anybody who might be listening that my market is kind of particular and that they don't tend to respond very well. I mean, I think it's kind of a cliche that people say that, oh, my market doesn't respond to marketing, you know. But everybody responds to marketing, let's be honest. But my market in particular is very hostile towards any attempt to like sell anything. They're like allergic to money and buying and selling. And I had to play it cool and just kind of put together the best possible offer I could, and I just put it out there. There wasn't a lot of preamble or, you know, intense hard selling.
Right, like yellow highlighters.
No, no, I avoided the yellow highlighters.
And like crazy headlines like, this is the magic bullet system.
This is going to change your life. No, it wasn't like that. No.
Yeah.
It did though. Let's be clear.
No, it really did. And I think that's so important because so many people, like, they're kind of like a little bit afraid of marketing, and actually I think that what's awesome about what you did is you just had an offer that was like really solid and was really clear, and you communicated to people like they knew they were going to get results. They knew like the destination they were heading, and like they just knew you were someone they could trust, and you just presented it to them, and you know, you got really good results. So I think it just speaks to like when you have an offer that's really, really solid and really clear that it just works, right? Without having to do like the magic bullet, you know, 3-day, you know, bulletproof system kind of thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, totally. Agreed.
Cool. So, do you mind sharing like some of the numbers? How many of those people signed up for your interest list, and then how many people bought? And
yeah, I think so. I had 700, like I said, 700 people. About 250 signed up for the interest list, and that happened pretty rapidly. Like as soon as I said I was going to do something, and the offer, like I gave the little germ of the offer, like people signed up like gangbusters, and then I
know it was crazy. Like I kept hearing you be like, "Oh man, like another 20 people signed up today."
I know,
like,
it was so crazy. And then you want the numbers of like signups?
Yeah. So how many? Like you had like about 250. You said like on the interest list. Like how many people signed up, and like what were the final results?
Well, I mean, again, like when I talk about the numbers, it sounds so small, but for me, it was like huge.
Right.
Because I'd set a goal, I think, for 14 people to sign up. I was like, okay, 14 people sign up, I'll be golden. It'll be awesome, you know. But I ended up getting 44 people to sign up, which was pretty crazy.
That's like more than triple.
To a market that traditionally just does not do that. These folks are not. They're not regretful purchasers. You know what I mean? They're very careful. They make very careful decisions. You know, and so I was blown away.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So like, how much money did you make with those 44 people?
I made 15,000. I will have after the final payments roll in.
Like the payment plans and stuff like that.
Plans,
cool. Cool. And like I'm sure, you know, those 44 people that bought like will end up being worth a lot more throughout the whole lifetime, because you have more courses and stuff and products that you're gonna release.
Now I'm addicted, and I'm just gonna keep.
Like you have, I saw like you have like this whole like, you know, 5-year plan of products.
It's kind of crazy.
You're really ambitious, man.
I
am. Think that's why you did so well with Trailblazer, because you were like, you're so focused and like determined that you just took like the system and you implemented it like a madman, and you know, it just worked really well for you, and you were really clear about your offer, and it just was really solid.
Totally.
Cool, man. Well, thanks so much for sharing, like, you know, your results. Like, I think it's so inspiring for all the, you know, potential trailblazers out there. Yeah, I just think it's really, really awesome what you've done, man, and I hope you do something really badass to celebrate. Oh, I will. You know I will. Totally. Cool. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, thanks, Eric. So I hope you enjoyed watching this short case study with Eric, and you know, we're able to see how you can implement a system that is proven to work and just gets results because your offer is so solid.